Hello, everybody. Welcome to Seattle Seahawks franchise episode 3 here on the channel. Today we will be taking on the 49ers and the Steelers. And I went ahead and I did the Micah Parsons trade. Now, watching this back, I do realize that I forgot to sign the extension that he signed, so I will do that. But for right now, that is the only trade I'm going to do that happened in real life. Maybe Adam Thielen. I'll think about it. It's just not really a game-changing, trade. But as we look at preseason stats here, Sam Darnold was bad. Jalen Milroe was bad. Drew Lock was bad. I mean, 12 interceptions through 3 games for our 3 quarterbacks. Yikes. In terms of yards per carry, Damian Martinez was really good. Charbonnet was below average, I'd say. Kenneth Walker was horrendous. And that is going to affect his snaps. He's not going to get true RB1 snaps if he plays like that. Jake Bobo was great. NVS, surprising. And then, the guys that we expected, Torrey Horton, I thought looked really good. With blocking and all, I like to look at downs played to the ratio of sacks given up. And for defense here, Marcus Lawrence, 6 TFLs, 2 sacks. The rookie safety led us in tackles. And even Jonathan Hankins with the forced fumble. But let's look at the schedule. Take on the Niners in week 1. Steelers, Saints, Cardinals, Bucks, Jaguars. Monday night primetime versus the Texans. Commanders, Cardinals, Rams, Titans, Vikings, Falcons, Colts, Rams, Panthers, Niners. That Rams game is a Thursday night primetime, but let's hop into it. 49ers coming in to Seattle to take on your Seattle Seahawks up next. And the Niners went 6-11 last year. Their local hospital was busy. Let's just say that. We went 10-7 last year. I'll be honest. Do I think we take a step back or step forward? I think it could go either way. A lot of it, when a new quarterback comes in, so much changes, but they're the kickoff. We're underway here in Seattle as Brock Purdy comes out. Had just under 4,000 yards and had 20 passing touchdowns a year ago. In real life, did just get out with turf toe, so we'll miss some time, but fully healthy here in Seattle Seahawks franchise as he dumped it off to Kyle Juszczyk for the first play of the game for 2. Purdy now operating out of 2nd and 8. Shotgun, hands it off. No, it'll be a play action. He airmails it. It's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it off, and he'll run it back all the way to San Francisco territory at the 43. What a start for the Seattle defense. Brock Purdy, what are you doing? Anyways, Darnold, first play of the following the turnover, hands it off to Walker. He'll find 2. 2nd and 8 now for Sam Darnold as he sends Walker in motion. Darnold hands it off this time. Kenneth Walker, first down. Didn't really have to do much there, just followed the blockers. A guy who honestly struggled in preseason, and that's with the starting of the line, so definitely concerned for Kenneth Walker here. Back-to-back handoffs. What is he doing? He'll pitch it? Are they trying to run a double play? Darnold picks it up. He'll lose the football. It's back-to-back fumbles, and the Niners recover. That'll be Jair Brown who knocked the ball free, or at least who jumped on it. I believe he's the one who knocked the ball free. What are the Seahawks doing? Kenneth Walker pitches it back. Sam Darnold jumps on it, but doesn't, he tries to keep the play going. Quick one here to Ayuk for a yard. 3rd and 9 now. Purdy from his own 49 following the turnover. Trying to shake off the interception. We'll get this out to Ayuk. Double coverage, but it's caught. Down to the 35. Brandon Ayuk will look to move the chains. 1st and 10 now for the Niners, but following a short run, 2nd and 8. Purdy hands it off again. He McCaffrey shut down for a yard. 3rd and 7. Purdy with looking to throw with a lot of time. He will find Ayuk again, and that's 2 third downs on this drive. 2 completions to Brandon Ayuk, who in real life has certainly seemed to take a step back, especially if you had him in fantasy, right? But that is certainly not how you value a player, is based off fantasy production. 2nd and 4. Now, Purdy lined up under center, looking to run forward, and no one on the defense realized he took off until it was too late. Touchdown, San Francisco, and they strike first here on the road. 6-0 PAT to make it 7-0 is good. And now Darnold takes over on the 38. He'll send JSN in motion, double play fake. Darnold will take a sack. What is Sam Darnold doing? Get rid of the football as Michael Williams, the rookie edge rusher, gets home. So Darnold now 3rd and 24 following a run for pretty much nothing. He'll get it out to Helani, who's actually going to get nearly a first down. He's reaching for it. They don't give it to him. 4th and 1, Seahawks punt. Now Purdy, 2nd and 10, following the punt. Sends a man in motion. That's his tight end. He'll give this to McCaffrey, who has an opening to the outside. First down, CMC, his 5th rush of the game for 18 yards. So other than that, and one other play has not been very effective, as they'll go to McCaffrey again here on 2nd and 10. Jake Brindle down on the field, but we're seeing a common theme. 2nd and long. The Niners are not scared to run the football. They trust CMC to pick up chunk yardage. Now 3rd and 6. Big 3rd down early in this game. He gets it to Kittle. First down. He runs it up to the 45. It's a big gain. Play fake. Purdy goes down. It's DeMarcus Lawrence, a veteran who showed out in preseason and is certainly making his value go upwards, which for trades and stuff, just saying, if we're bad at the trade deadline, DeMarcus Lawrence right now has a lot of value. Purdy on 3rd and 16, going deep to use check. It's broken up. That is a beautiful play. Use check just couldn't hold in. I think our corners have played well at times, but it's kind of been big play for us or big play for the offense, as that'll be the quarter. 7-0 start for San Francisco, as Seattle's offense has just looked horrendous. But Tariq Woolen with the interception, Devon Witherspoon with a nice breakup. These star corners are making plays. Darnold now dropping back to throw. The timing was off trying to get a JSN there. Right idea, just poor execution. Now Charbonnet in motion. He'll dump this off to Kupp, who surges forward on 3rd down and picks up the first. Cooper Kupp, the new pickup, of course, for them. And the Rams replaced them with Devontae Adams. We will see the Rams, of course, multiple times this year, as Kenneth Walker gets the ball, runs it for a first down. Strong running from Walker, but the place he's had success on, it has been the O-line to credit, not to take away from his athleticism, but we haven't exactly seen anything special so far from Kenneth Walker running the football. Here, RPO, they'll give it to Kupp, who runs it for 8. And again, Cooper Kupp got replaced in it's leaving my head right now. The Rams. Los Angeles, there we go, as Martinez takes it for the first down. But he got replaced in Los Angeles, and I mean, this is a guy who was a Triple Crown winner just seasons ago on a Super Bowl team. Of course, I believe it was the next year after his Triple Crown, but Cooper Kupp trying to prove that he shouldn't have just been that easy to replace, trying to prove that he's not that easy to replace, as Arroyo picks up the first. Both teams have 5 first downs so far, 6:58 to play in the second. Darnold dropping back to throw, finds Horton first down, the rookie receiver. Kind of a standout in preseason. Preseason you only have so many reps, and he made them count as Walker moves the chains. 1st and goal from the 9. Darnold looking, will throw it to the dirt as he was hit as he threw. It's DJ Givens getting in there. Darnold will take a sack. Now, I want to say Malik Collins got in there, but that is not Malik Collins because he plays for the Browns. It's gonna pop up here soon. What is it? I can't. His first name's leaving me. It's Alfred Collins with the sack as the extra point is up and good. 7-3. Obviously, you don't love to see a drive in three, but at the same time, you can't be mad at points after a scoreless first quarter for us. This one beep to Jawan Jennings. It's caught. Now, this team has some sneaky good receivers outside of Brandon Ayuk, which Jawan Jennings is far from unknown, but I'll tell you, he is underrated no matter how many times as McCaffrey is tackled for a loss, but no matter how many breakout games Jawan Jennings is going to have, people are just going to overlook him. Speak of the devil, Jawan Jennings touchdown. Certainly not the devil, but in this case, for our team, he is as he gets in. Jawan Jennings on the pass from Brock Purdy, just wide open. And I'll tell you, touchdowns are going to be scored in this league. It's just a too talented and too offensive heavy of a league to not see touchdowns. But we can't just give it to them for free. We've got to make them work for it as the extra point's good. And yes, letting up touchdowns is never a good thing, but they're going to happen. What I just cannot stand to see is a wide open one like that where it's too easy as JSN on the jet sweep takes it for 3. Seahawks trail by 11 as Walker goes in motion. Darnold looking to throw. Darnold will try to go to Arroyo. He never even knew the ball was in the air, headed his direction, it seemed. 3rd and 7 now. Pretty big third down as we approach the 2-minute warning. Less than a minute away. Darnold scrambling, trying to make something happen. Will go to his tight end again. That's Arroyo. They're going to mark him just shy. A game of inches, and we're inches away from a first down. But 14-3, Seattle feels they have to punt. 2:18 to play in this first half. Purdy will run. Already has a rushing touchdown. We'll add on to yardage there. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 14-3, Seahawks trail at home. Niners with the football. As Purdy will find Ayuk for a couple. He has 103 yards today, 2 touchdowns, and that second throw of the game interception. But outside of that pick, he has looked pretty good. Purdy sending this one deep. It is broken up. Tariq Woolen. No, Devon Witherspoon. My apologies. Devon Witherspoon in there. I was going to say going right back to the man who picked you off, but that actually would be incorrect. This one deep for Cup. He had a shot at it, but Sam Darnold just couldn't place it where he needed it. And we've seen that a couple times where Darnold, whether it's just a timing issue or just doesn't have the arm strength to get it there on time, doesn't have the accuracy to get it there, he just hasn't played up to the level we're paying him to play. With 1:09 left here, 2nd and 8. Darnold looking to throw. Will go to Arroyo. No, that's Torrey Horton. I'm mixing up names left and right here. Torrey Horton first down. He has looked good in this season opener. As Darnold looks to throw again. This one in Jigba. He would have had at least close to a first down, but it comes out of his hands as a dangerous throw to Kenneth Walker. Ends up incomplete in 3rd and 10. A situation this team has found themselves in a lot this year. Play action. Darnold just sends it to the dirt. What is Sam Darnold doing? And you gotta feel like this offense is just leaving so much on the board. 14-3 going into the half. And we will finally have halftime highlights in Madden. They're just not really in the preseason. So that's why you skipped them. Cardinals, Saints, as Tyler Shuck hands it off to Kamara, and he will spin his way in for the touchdown. In real life, it's Spencer Rattler. In game here, it's Tyler Shuck, and he led his Saints to a win over a pretty underrated Cardinals team. Up next, Panthers, Jags. Debut of Travis Hunter. What can he make happen as Lawrence looks to find his tight end, Brenton Strange, it would appear, for a touchdown. No, that's long. I honestly don't know who that is. But Trevor Lawrence leads his team to a win there. Hit the gritty big fella. Okay, Tampa Bay versus the Falcons here. Penix trying to look to expand on what was a good finish to his rookie season as he connects with Ray McLeod for the touchdown in a win over the Bucs. They won by 3. Both quarterbacks looked amazing. Both threw for 3 touchdowns. But Penix and the Falcons would ultimately come up on top. And I'll tell you this, looking at our game today, we have just been horrendous offensively as Dexter Lawrence is trying to rally the troops. Darnold, 10 for 20, 107 yards. Purdy has thrown for multiple touchdowns. McCaffrey's looked great. Ayuk has looked great. Jennings, obviously, on the receiving end of one of those touchdowns. He's looked great. As Martinez on the pitch. Woo! Can't quite get the first down. And he's injured on the play. Damian Martinez. That's a pretty big loss. Except his role is filled by literally every other back we have on this team in terms of he's a power back, but Walker will take it for a first down. And in this game, I didn't really mess with formation subs quite yet. Like I did, but they didn't really do much. So in the next game, we'll see more of Zach Charbonnet as we move the chains once again. 1st and 10, Darnold hands it off to Alani, who finds nothing. Lucky to even get no gain, because that looked like it was about to be for a loss. And someone we've seen a lot today, Mykel Williams. Is he going to become a issue as this is intercepted? What is happening? Richie Grant gets in there for the pick. That was through the hands. That was a one-handed interception. What I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by a questionable Sam Darnold throw, but an insane play as Juszczyk finds forward. What I was trying to say in all of that chaos is Mykel Williams is going to be someone we see twice a year, every season in this series. I doubt he's going anywhere as the Niners move the chains there, but Mykel Williams is going to be an issue, and right now, our tackles can't handle their edge rushers as Purdy floats one incomplete. Julian Love in the area. 3rd and 10 now following another incompletion. Purdy sends McCaffrey in motion. Operating out of empty now. Purdy looking to throw. Has all the time in the world. Will run for it. Took probably the least optimal route, but he has a first down and makes a little dive forward, taking no hit. So that's a win-win. But what was the route Purdy took there? I mean, it faked out the defense because I don't even think he knew what he was doing. So how would the defense know? 1st and 10 from the 34 now following the scramble. Purdy trying to read this defense here. We'll hand it off to McCaffrey. It's nothing but green grass as he's tackled at the 16. It's a gain of 18. And it was too easy for McCaffrey, and this is what I'm talking about. I'll tell you this, yards are going to be gained, touchdowns are going to be scored, but they can't be that easy as McCaffrey takes it for 8 more. 2nd and 2, we are just giving them everything they want. Whatever they want to run, it's working as McCaffrey takes it for a first down, a nice move to avoid a tackle at the line of scrimmage here. 5:07 to play as we approach the halfway mark. McCaffrey gets down to the 1. That might be a little generous. It's a long 1, though. Closer to 2 than 1, I'd say. As McCaffrey will run this in. Touchdown Niners as he hits the Cam Ward. And it's just too easy for them. They are doing whatever they want. They are running at will. They are passing at will. And on defense, they're getting to our quarterback, forcing turnovers. It has not been a pretty day for this Seattle team. But San Francisco is coming off a season where injuries prevented them from playing to the level of football they want to play. So you got to, realize this is a team that has a lot of revenge coming, as it's gonna be Richie Grant for a second time. One wasn't enough for the safety as he gets in there and picks it off. And that was a horrendous throw as Darnold just threw it right to him. I mean, that was purely Sam Darnold's fault. I would say every turnover in this game, besides for the fumble, has been Darnold's fault. But credit to where it's due. The first turnover Richie Grant forced, the first interception, was a heck of a play. I mean, he stole it right out of the hands with only one of his. 2nd and 9. Ayuk will be down to the 1. 1st and goal. Kobe Bryant makes the tackle. As McCaffrey, trying to find his second touchdown, is stuffed. And there is what we want to see. Do not let them get in without fighting for it. Make them take 4 downs. As Purdy is sacked! It's Byron Murphy! The defensive tackle getting to the quarterback as Dexter Lawrence forced him that way. I don't know why I said Dexter Lawrence. That is Leonard Williams. I I combine Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence into one person because of Bengals Giants franchise. I don't know why, but Big Cal was such a big part of that as Purdy has to throw it away. Playing it safe, up 18. They're just going to take the field goal to make it a 3-touchdown game. It's up and it's good for the man who was cut in real life. That's not Jake Moody. Wow, okay. So he's cut in game 2. Unbelievable. Okay, I mean, that was before the cuts, or that was before he got cut. Elijah Arroyo, 5th catch of the game, 51 yards. 3rd and 2 now for the Seahawks. Walker in motion now. Darnold operating out of empty, looks to throw. He will get it to Njigba. And you've got to give credit where it's due. It hasn't been the best game for Darnold, but he stood strong in that pocket, trusted his O-line, and they held up just enough for him to rip that one to Njigba, as that will be the 3rd quarter. 24-3, San Francisco dominating. But does Seattle finally have a drive going as we get another look at that incredible play by Richie Grant? 2nd and 17 now following a sack. As JSN sent in motion, Darnold will be hit as he threw. 3rd and 17 coming up. Lenore in coverage as Darnold drops back to throw. Looking, it is luckily not intercepted. That was 4th down. It'll be a turnover of downs as Fred Warner, mocking the bird mascot that is Seattle, as that's a no-fly zone as Boye Mafe gets home. It's the 3rd Seattle Seahawk sack as Purdy goes down. 3rd and 20 coming up. As McCaffrey goes in motion, this one might be over, but the Seahawks ain't going to go down without poise and without putting in their best effort, as Ayuk is unable to haul that one in. It was broken up. And they will punt. Darnold following the punt now. Play action, looking to throw. Will find Horton, who's had a couple big catches in this game. Walker in motion. This one will go to Arroyo, though. 1st down. How many times are we going to say Arroyo's name? Elijah Arroyo has been really good today as Darnold wants to change the play up. He will hand this off to Walker, who gets to the 2nd level and is stopped by Warner. 3rd and 3. You've got to assume they have multiple tries here, but JSN gets it, so that conversation won't even matter. Charbonnet in motion. Darnold will go to Charbonnet, and again, he just hasn't had the timing or the accuracy to get these tough passes where they need to be. This one intercepted. Sam Darnold might need to get his eyes checked after this one, as Fred Warner effectively ends the game on that interception. You are a madman. And that will be the end of it. The Seahawks do eventually go down, score a touchdown, go for 2 and not get it. But it wasn't really significant enough to put in, as Darnold is handed a loss in his first start as a Seahawk. The Niners just outplayed us in every aspect of the game. And we might have had more sacks, but their pass rush was much more effective because ours really, outside of the 3 sacks, just could not get pressure on the quarterback in time. Purdy had all day to throw multiple times, as it's a crushing loss. We had our moments, but ultimately we just got outplayed in every aspect of the game. And Purdy didn't even have very good stats. 26 of 45 for Darnold, 269 yards, a touchdown with 3 picks. Purdy, 12 of 21, 132 yards. He did what he had to get the win, but it was ultimately carried by McCaffrey. He had pretty good rushing stats too. Walker looked pretty good. Arroyo and Horton carried us today. At the receiving spot, Tariq Woolen led us in tackles. DeMarcus Lawrence led us in TFLs. Boye Mafe, Murphy, Lawrence, and Jones all with the sack. Tariq Woolen with the pick, of course, to start the game. But overall, like I said, a crushing loss. As we will take a look at the weekly recap as the rivals, the Seattle Seahawks and San Francisco 49ers, take each other on, and this was a game dominated by the Niners in every aspect. As you'll see, Darnold throw multiple picks in this one, but here it's Michael Williams getting home. He played a heck of a game, and the pass rush really affected that one. Maybe game of the week, Packers versus Lions. You'd have to give it between this one and the Bills Ravens. But this one is a Green Bay touchdown. They blow the Lions out of the water 24-3. Now Bengals Browns. A lot of interdivision matchups this week, as that one will be caught and ran for the touchdown. Joe Burrow and the Bengals handled business today. Is that Deshaun Watson starting at quarterback through the injury? Okay. I'll probably make sure that doesn't happen again because I didn't realize that was happening. But that'll do it for the weekly recap. We will take a look at scores around the league. One that stands out to me is, honestly, it's going to have to be the Broncos, Tennessee. Guess Cam Ward didn't look too good. Ravens, Bills, Buffalo takes that one 28-17. But here we go. Game 2 of the episode and game 2 of the year. We will go into the Steelers' home stadium here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that as the home team runs out. There's TJ Watt. But this one should be fun. We've got a defensive team here in the Steelers. I'll tell you right now, I don't think these stats are very accurate. They could be, but they kind of feel random, if I'm being honest. But this is a Steelers team who has A-Rod at quarterback, looking to make a name for himself outside of Green Bay. So far, it hasn't gone so well. Steelers won week 1. We got our butts handed to us in week 1, as Hall will return this, and we are underway here in week 2. Seahawks coming in, taking on the Steelers. Sam Darnold runs out, has had 4,300 yards last season, 35 touchdowns. But threw 3 picks in their opener, so he hands it off to Charbonnet for a yard, as Walker will be in motion. 2nd and 9 now. Darnold looking to throw under pressure. Still has it. He'll eventually throw it away. 3rd and 9. Buying as much time as possible, but no one got open. Darnold, big early 3rd down, finds JSN for the 1st down. He takes a hard hit, but he gets up and moves those chains. And what a throw and play to pick up the 1st down. Darnold now under pressure, gets rid of it just in time and finds Kupp, who had a couple big catches last week, but Torrey Horton and Elijah Arroyo had the blunt of the load last week, as Alani takes it for 14. A guy who really wasn't even on my radar until in preseason he really stood out. Kupp in motion. Darnold looking to throw. Darnold under pressure. It's Cam Hayward. He'll get it out to Damian Martinez, who stumbles, stays on his feet, has a first down. Walker now in motion. Darnold looking to throw. Will find Arroyo for 5. 2nd and 5 now. Darnold and this offense trying to do what they couldn't do until the very last moment of last week's game, and that's score a touchdown, and there it is. JSN is in. What a catch! And the Seahawks strike first here on the road. So they couldn't give this level of entertainment to their own fans, but they scored the touchdown, and they're already 2 points away from tying the amount of points they scored last week, as Rodgers looks to dump it off to Warren. That'll bring up 3rd and 15, as he is tackled by the line for a loss. A-Rod now on 3rd and 15, looking to check it down as the pressure got there. Warren gets a couple, but it won't be enough. They'll punt. Following a run for no gain, Darnold 2nd and 10, looking to throw. Will try to find JSN. It's broken up. Was in the hands of Joey Porter. No, that's Deshaun Elliott. But luckily for the Seahawks, he wasn't able to haul it in, as Helani takes it for 5 on 3rd and 10. They try the screen to no success. Alex Highsmith in there. They'll punt. A-Rod now, 1st and 10. Looking to run this. Warren will have a first down and more. Makes a man miss. That's Julian Love on the floor. They, of course, drafted Caleb Johnson to replace Najee Harris as the power back, but Jaylen Warren was very good last year, as Rodgers sneaks it for the first down. If you look at Jalen Williams' average per run, it's very high. He had a very, very good season, as Rodgers will hand it off, and that'll be Lawrence Williams in there for the TFL. 3rd and 14, Rodgers looking to throw. Wide open is Calvin Austin, the speedster, as Leonard Williams is down on the field, but Calvin Austin, known as a kick returner throughout the first couple seasons of his career, and really has turned into a pretty nice receiver as DK Metcalf moves the chains. Already his 2nd catch of the day as we approach the end of the first quarter. Final play, you've got to think here. They will not get it off. So 7-0 after 1. But the Steelers inside the red zone looking to tie this one up, as Rodgers on 2nd and 7 looking to throw. Will go end zone. Would have been a catch at the 1, but they'll say he's out. No catch, incomplete. 3rd and 7 now. That's intercepted! It's the rookie safety Nick Amenwari, and he will run it back. DK Metcalf comes flying in. And we've seen that before. Taking down a strong safety, he's used to that with Budda Baker. But Nick Amenwari, a preseason standout, and is continuing it there as Kupp hauls it in. Won't be brought down initially, but gets tackled after a pickup of 2. This one to Elijah Arroyo for the first down on 3rd and 10. 1st and 10 now for Darnold. Hands it off to Zach Charbonnet, who takes it for 5. 3rd and 5 now following an incompletion. Darnold making adjustments at the line. They have no one in line at tight end as Charbonnet, first down. 5 rushes, 17 yards. He's been relatively ineffective. Kupp wide open. Blocked from Torrey Horton in a big game. And that's what I'm trying to look for more, is who's making the plays that aren't necessarily flashy are going to show up in the stat sheet. As Darnold is sacked. TJ Watt, one of the many Steelers, to get a hand in there. And no matter what you do, you cannot stop the greatness that is TJ Watt. And, I think any D-line would be great with TJ Watt and then a bunch of role players. But you throw Cam Hayward, you throw Alex Highsmith in that mix, it's just not fair. As Darnold has a long time to throw on 3rd and 20, Watt will chase him down as Darnold tries to run it. He'll find 6. This kick up and good for Dixon, rather. That's our punter. I cannot get names right. That's Myers in there. I cannot get names right today. As Warren is stopped for a loss of 2. Guess who? DeMarcus Lawrence. Which is where I get the Dexter Lawrence that I keep calling Leonard Williams, because I'm thinking of Leonard Williams' DeMarcus Lawrence, and then the Giants connection with Leonard Williams. It's complicated. I don't know why I keep doing it. 2nd and 2. Jalen Warren trying to cut it back is shut down for a loss again. It has been rough sledding for these running backs. It's a quick one to Freiermuth moves the chains. What a player he has become, and we've really seen these tight ends going high in the draft recently pan out. Trey McBride, Pratt Freiermuth. It usually takes them a year, and then they step right into a role as a superstar, as Freiermuth is on that borderline for sure between a superstar and just another player, but he's a heck of a player. Second quarter, of course, 43 to play. Quick timeout, 5th catch for Metcalf. 2nd and 7 for Rodgers. Rodgers looking to make adjustments at the line here, since Freiermuth in motion. He'll look to throw. Will go to Calvin Austin, who is in. Tariq Woolen slingshots him into the end zone. Pittsburgh on the board for 6. And we're an extra point away from it being 10-7, and that's up and through. As Darnold takes over, have 35 seconds to make something happen. He will dump it off to Kupp for 2, and that'll end the half. 10-7. Steelers trail at home, but they looked pretty good to close out the half offensively. As we go to your halftime report, brought to you by EA Sports. There you go. I'll plug them. We first stop is Green Bay versus Washington, Thursday night football, as this will be Washington taking home the win as Jaden Daniels connects with Diami Brown for the big touchdown. 31-17. It's the first Commanders win, well, Washington win, in Lambeau in 40 years. So there you go. Miami taking on New England, the battle of winlesses, but in week 1 that's to be expected. This will be Antonio Gibson hauling in the touchdown pass from Drake May. It's 13-7 at the half. Both quarterbacks playing a pretty efficient brand of football. We'll see who comes out on top at the end of the episode as the Bills take on the Jets. Justin Fields and his Jets lost to the Steelers team in week 1, but it'll be Ray Davis going the distance. Gets up there. It's 21-0 at the half. Josh Allen, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Fields, 125 yards, no touchdowns. And a look around the league. Browns have the Ravens tied at halftime, which is just kind of what stuck out to me there. The Cleveland Browns with Deshaun Watson are rolling, it seems. Don't know how he's playing through that injury that had him out for the year, but whatever. I'd say so far in this one, we have looked better than last week for sure. We already have more points than we had last week, but we still don't look the way I'd want us to look with the guy at quarterback who passed for over 4,000 yards and 35 touchdowns, and with 2 very good receivers. Dare I say 3, because Torrey Horton is playing out of his mind as Metcalf hauls in another one. That's either 6 or 7 catches for him. 3rd and 8 coming up as Jerron Reed gets home for the sack. But what I was saying was Elijah Arroyo and Torrey Horton are both playing really well football right now as Rodgers goes up. Devon Witherspoon knocks it down. Rodgers has not been afraid to just sail one up and pray that his receiver wins the jump ball. Darnold now on play action in double coverage, finds Cooper Kupp. He has been really good today. As Charbonnet now on the run, that'll be a gain of 3. Charbonnet again, this time 3 more. So 3rd and 4. This one will be nearly intercepted by Joey Porter, trying to go to MVS there. It won't work out. Here, play action, Aaron Rodgers finds Robert Woods for 2. And I'm going to be honest, I did not know he was on the Steelers until I played this game. Here's Freiermuth. 3rd and inches now. I'm sure we'll see a Rodgers sneak, and we will. Byron Murphy just watched him get it. I don't know if he was afraid of a penalty or something, because it was a quarterback, but You got to give more effort as Woods hauls this one in for 8. Really a non-factor in the first half, but he's coming alive here in the second, as this one's to Austin, who was certainly a factor in that first half. And he's just too fast. Even both of our very fast boundary corners just can't keep up right now, as this one will be the Fryermuth for 5. Caught. Knight brings him down at the 41. Rogers, 2nd and 5. Operating out a shotgun. Warren to his right. Will go play action. Goes down. It'll be Jaron Reed again. I believe they're going to give him half of one as he combined with the rest of the O-line to haul him down. 3rd and 10. Rogers looking to throw. Finds Austin, but he drops it. So we saw last week JSN drop one for us on a critical down. Of course, it wasn't this close, albeit, but there, Calvin Austin is having a heck of a game. Give credit where it's due. Drops that one. Pritchett's going to let this bounce, and it's a favorable bounce for Pittsburgh. We're pinned at the 1. Darnold now will send his fullback in motion. Now Arroyo goes in motion. They will hand it off to Martinez to get the... And it's a safety as the 2 hands go up. TJ Watt in the backfield. And they'll get 2 to make this a 1-point game. And now they matched our total from last week as Rogers will hand it off to Warren following the safety for a first down. What a run by Jalen Warren. Now Rogers looking to throw will find Fryermuth, but it's popped out of his hands, incomplete. Took his eyes off the ball and tried to run before he hauled it in. Classic mistake. Rogers will throw another one to Austin and he drops it incomplete. Calvin Austin, it's been a tale of 2 halves. As Rogers hit as he threw, this one will be broken up, trying to go to DK Metcalf. I think it's the right idea on 3rd and 10. If nothing's open to move the chains, test DK Metcalf versus Julian Love. I mean, certainly not a bad idea. As this one will go to Arroyo, who gets just shy of the first. Now Walker on 3rd and 1 dives and gets it. Questionable way of getting there, but he got there. So I don't think anyone really cares how. This one to Cup. It is read all over by the All-Pro Jalen Ramsey. Darnold now will dump it off to Walker. It's a screen! And he follows his blockers, finds a first down. It's always tough on screen plays because you know you're faster than your linemen, but you've got to stick behind them and let them do their job. As it is 10-9 after 3, a very Steelers game right now. Steelers are the type of team we want to play because our offense isn't necessarily great, but our defense isn't bad. So, a slugfest isn't the worst thing for us. What's not good is you lose these games because of dumb turnovers, dumb mistakes. We've already given up the safety, so we need to fix those. Rogers now, 1st and 10, looking to throw. Down by 1, we'll find Fryermuth, who has been the favorite target outside of DK Metcalf. This one will be intercepted. It's Ernest Jones right into his hands. I don't think Rogers saw him hiding behind that big O-line. As we'll take over on the 29. Ernest Jones, heck of a play. We needed that really badly. As play action for Darnold, he will get this one away. Thought he was about to get sacked by Watt. As Darnold sticks strong in the pocket, finds Elijah Arroyo. 2nd and 10 from the 12. This one caught Corey Horton down to the 3. It'll be 3rd and 1. They'll go Kenneth Walker. He is in! And he gets up, does a little headstand, touchdown number 9. As Kenneth Walker adds 6 to this team's lead. Extra point to make it an 8-point lead. But that's still 1 possession for those of you keeping a tally. Extra point, no good. Which is actually quite big because now a touchdown and an extra point ties it. When before it would have had to be a touchdown in a 2-point conversion had he converted on the field goal on the extra point try. Warren shut down there. 3rd and 8 after a 4-yard run. And Under pressure, Rodgers throws it away. And I'll tell you this about Aaron Rodgers. As he gets older in his career, they are playing a brand of football where it is just be smart with the football, don't force things. That's intercepted! A terribly thrown ball was the right idea, but again, poor execution. That's Joey Porter Jr. And I've been saying this a lot with us, I feel like. I guess he took Junior out of his jersey, but I feel like we've been saying this a lot. There's a double play, but Boye Mafe all over it. Not sure if that'll count as a sack or a TFL, but what a play by Mafe. As this one is broken up, trying to go to Calvin Austin. Third time they've gone his way, and the ball has been in his hands. That time not a blatant drop, though. Rodgers will float one up. How is that not an interception? I mean, all he had to do is jump up and grab it. It was right there. Boswell from deep. That's wide right. No good. One of the best kickers in our recent generation, as MVS drops it, but one of the best long-range kickers for sure. This one to Cup, first down. Ooh, he's taken out hard by Ramsey, but moves the chains regardless, and Ramsey looks like he's in pain after that hit, but will be okay. 1st and 10 now, 3:35 to play here in the fourth. That'll be intercepted again! This time, it's going to be Cole Holcomb getting in on the action. Which, you know, Arnold, man, he just throws some questionable things that, like, shouldn't be interception, but they shouldn't have been caught. They should have just been incompletions because they're dumb throws, but they're ones that really shouldn't be intercepted. As Metcalf takes it, he's got space, he's got speed, and that is a 95 speed, I think. Devon Witherspoon chasing him down. It doesn't matter. Touchdown Steelers. You got to realize, though, Devon Witherspoon, I believe 95 speed. Tariq Woolen, 98 speed, I think. I know he was 99 at one point in Madden. I'm not sure if he's still that, but Metcalf running away from these guys like it's nothing at that size is so impressive. This PAT to tie it, it is right down the middle. So we are tied at 16. Boswell's missed kick is going to affect this. And Seattle's missed PAT is going to affect this game a ton. As Darnold is sacked! 2nd and 21 is the second sack of the day. About 10 Steelers got in for that one. I think just about everyone on the field. Kenneth Walker says, see you later. Still doesn't really get much, but what a stiff arm from Kenneth Walker. 3rd and 13, 40 seconds to play. This one, a last-second prayer, no good. That potentially would have gave Seattle the win had Kupp been able to hold that one in. You don't blame him, though. That was triple coverage. Rodgers, 30 seconds to play, is sacked. It's Byron Murphy, the second, as that becoming a signature pose, it seems. He said that twice today. The Steelers will try one last play. It seems like they're content with overtime. They'll try to get some crazy yard after catch play to Austin, but he'll be tackled. And we are headed to overtime in week 2. You see 0 first half points. I don't know if that's right. I literally remember us scoring on our first drive, so ignore that. But Seattle wins the toss, elects to receive. Pittsburgh kicks it off, and Pritchett will return it to the 24. Now, in real life, there is the new overtime rule that the playoffs overtime is now in the regular season. But in Madden, that's not a thing. Hopefully, it won't matter here today. 3rd and 9, though, facing potentially an early punt. Darnold has to make something happen. He'll just throw it away, live to fight another day. But in overtime, you don't always get another day. So 4th and 9, they'll punt, of course. Tied at 16, a field goal wins it now. This will be caught. First down, Robert Woods. Rodgers, 1st and 10 from the 49. Play action. Will look to run. It's Byron Murphy in there for the tackle as he picks up 2. Tied at 16 now. Rodgers looking to throw. There's a flag down. Lawrence will be flagged on the play, and he gets home. That sack won't even matter, though, as he started offsides. And what sucked for DeMarcus Lawrence is it didn't even affect the play that he was offsides. But it's still going to be called, obviously, as Woods first down. How good has the veteran been? As Rodgers looks to throw, finds Warren for 4. That's pretty easy field goal from here for Boswell, but he's already missed today. Both kickers have missed a kick today. Rodgers now takes a sack, and that is a dumb sack for Aaron Rodgers. It's O'Connell getting there. But Rodgers has got to know better. He'll go screen pass to Jalen Warren to set up a field goal. Warren might have had a first down had he cut it up. This is a long one, though, for Chris Boswell. This to win the game. Boswell, his kick is up. It is going to be close, and it's good. And the Steelers take it in overtime as they win in front of their home fans, and they will go to 2-0 as the Seahawks drop to 0-2. It's a 19-16 victory in Steelers fashion. And in this series, the story has been interception after interception, and that did not change here today. Heck of a game, though. You couldn't ask for a better one, as neither quarterback was very good at not turning over the football. Neither team could really run the football today. There's a reason the score was 19-16, even with overtime. Cup was good. I thought Arroyo was good. No one else really stood out. JSN has kind of disappointed me through the start of the season with how much he's open. He's just not. Boy, Mafe, 5 TFLs, 1.5 sacks for him. Reed and Murphy. Connell got a sack in there as well. A pick for it. Eminwari. Knight with 2 PDF. Pass deflections, but heartbreaker, as we will have to relive it here in the weekly recap. First game on the slate is Pittsburgh versus Seattle, as Aaron Rodgers connects with DK Metcalf on a touchdown. That's right, he scored off this play. That would eventually send them to overtime, where they would send out Chris Boswell to have a game-winning field goal. 16-19, your final. As DK Metcalf had a heck of a performance. Now, the team we played last week, the Niners, take on the Saints, who had Tyler Shuck lead them to a Game 1 win. But this time, Purdy will take his team to 2-0. 3 more touchdowns for Brock Purdy. They win 34-19. Shuck did not play bad at all, though. As what? Ayuk, I guess, is a dog. He's got that dog in him. Denver Broncos take on the Indianapolis Colts. Peyton Manning's teams head-to-head here. Bo Nix gonna do it himself as they win 20-17. Another close one. Anthony Richardson did not look too good in that one. As that will do it for the Week 2 recap, as we will look at games around the league. The Titans drop another one. Baltimore, that game was tied 14-all at the half, and that's the final score. Houston and Tampa Bay in a close one. Tampa Bay takes it. The Raiders beat the Chargers. But as we look at players ready to negotiate, we will not sign any contracts here today, but there are a lot of big names. And even at the end of this list, we got some big decisions on fifth-year options, which are always interesting because fifth-year option can be expensive, but it might also be cheaper than what they want. Anyways, that'll do it. I hope you all enjoyed. Catch you in the next one. Peace.